Hello everyone, it's July the 21st and there's another Means to an End quest in the pipe. So let's go to the Prismatic Recaster and pick it up. Also, don't forget to pick up your bounties if you still need your twisted energy to upgrade your Umbral decoder. Or is it Prismatic Stratocaster? Can never remember. Anyway, for the first step, as always, we have to do the contact event and we are off to Io this week. It's the return of the big Pyromaster Phalanxy type chap. And remember, you kill him by destroying the Blight. It says it draws power from a nearby pylon. It's not that close to him, so you're going to have a little look around the perimeter to see if you can see it. It's usually up on a hill somewhere. So go up there, kill that, and then you can drop his shields. Or better, let someone else do it, and when they've destroyed the Blight, then you can kill him. A cool thing that's happened this week is that they've fixed the Triumph, the Heavy Hitters Triumph. You get that by killing each of the Contact main baddies. Now this will be the third time it's come around, so we should all be getting the Heavy Hitters Triumph this week, and for that you get this lovely emblem. Look at it here, I've shoved it on. Anyway, that's that bit done. Remember last week we saw a chap doing this? Well, there's another chap doing the same thing. Now, it turns out what he's actually doing is by dropping the bloom and then sticking in motes, and then dropping the bloom and sticking in motes, he's charging up the bank with motes that he hasn't got. And that's why we're getting the event done so quickly. Now, I haven't tried it myself as yet, but that explains all that weird movements that they were doing last week, and indeed this week. Well done, you fellows. Okay, next step. We've got the Umbral Traces, and how are we going to get those? Well, the three ways we've got to get them is either Nightmare Hunts, it's the Ordeal, Nightfall, or it's Crucible Control. So going in order, I did the Zydron Nightmare Hunt, and by the end of that, I had 31% of my Umbral Traces done. It's entirely possible I could have done better, because as you know, the way the mechanic works, you only get Umbral Traces if you get a hit on something. So if a Nightmare gets killed before you manage to get a shot in it, or the boss gets killed before you manage to get a shot in it, you're going to be doing yourself out of loads of Umbral Traces. So just remember to shoot willy-nilly like a complete moron, so you hit everything, and then when they do get killed, you'll get the traces. So that was 31%, so it looks like you're looking to do maybe 3 or 4 of those to get it done. I went then to do the Nightfall Ordeal, and this week it's the Corrupted Strike, so that might change your mind completely as to whether or not you're going to do the Nightfall, because a lot of people don't like the Corrupted Strike because of all the chucking the ball mechanics and falling off of the edge, and it's actually quite long. But that's pretty good, because by the time I finished doing it, I was actually up to 96% of my Umbrals, so that was a big chunk. And then finally I did the Crucible, and that got me my final 4% about halfway through my first match. So really, you can either do 3 Nightmare Hunts or an Ordeal and a Nightmare Hunt, or you can just keep on going to do Crucible if that's your bag. But I'd recommend a Nightmare Hunt, and then the Nightmare Hunt, and then a Nightmare Hunt. No, I don't. I mean a Nightmare Ordeal. I mean the Nightfall Ordeal. Brain malfunction. And it's on to this week's Interference mission, and we're going to be resetting back to the first run, so I don't know if you recall that, but once you finish the section with the tree, you kill the ogre, and then you kill one of Savathun's envoys, you get teleported to the room with the big swinging platforms and the large lanterns, and you've got 3 rifts, or 3 seals that you need to break, really. There's one in the centre, and one on the left, one on the right. You can do with the left and the right first of all, and then that unlocks the caged one in the centre, and then you can stand on that one to complete it. Don't forget though, when you come back to the centre, you will have a rather large, unstoppable champion that you need to kill first, so just kick his face in, and kick all the other faces in. That'll break the final seal, and then you can go through to the final room, which of course is another massive shrieker. And again in this you get wizards, a phalanx, and then you'll also get a big invisible minotaur at the end. Kill that, plant your guts into Savathun's face, and your rift will open, and you can jump back to lovely Eris. And we have more stuff this week, some new lore. Let's have a little listen and see what she says.
This is a linguistic oddity.
Not a toupee.
A back channel, a vocal nod, a yes. The darkness implores us to continue on our current path. Apparently it believes itself to be quite supportive. Curious.
And of course we get another fascinating piece of lore. This one's called Yes, and I recommend you read it because It seems to suggest that Eris has already been overtaken by the darkness, or at least that's what she fears, because she seems to be doing its wishes. Well, this is all very interesting, isn't it? Maybe we're all going to turn into Emperor Palpatine and kill people with our electric fingers. And if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more of my style of Destiny content, then a subscribe would be very welcome, and a like would be equally as welcome. I'm going to be dropping poo in the toilet. Oh, dear. I think I'm going to leave that in, not the poo. I'll see you in the next video, Guardians. Sorry, I'm going mad tonight.